In the world of royalty, every public appearance is an event in itself, and the visit of King Frederik and Queen Mary to Latvia was no exception. Dear viewers, today we'll immerse ourselves in the atmosphere of glamour, diplomacy, and refined fashion that accompanied the first day of the Danish royal couple's state visit to Riga. The majestic Riga Castle, standing on the banks of the Daugava River and built back in the early 14th century, was decorated with the flags of Denmark and Latvia. Against this historic backdrop stood Queen Mary, dazzling in a ruby-red gown that instantly captured everyone's attention. This was the grand finale of the first day of the Danish royal couple's visit to Latvia on Tuesday. King Frederik and Queen Mary were warmly welcomed by the President of Latvia, Edgars Rinkēvičs, at Riga Castle for a formal state banquet organized in honor of the close relationship between the two countries. This visit carries special significance, as it marks the couple's first official tour of the Baltic states since Frederik ascended the throne. Queen Mary shone in a ruby-colored satin gown by Danish designer Søren Le Schmidt. The dress featured an elegant boat neckline, short sleeves, and a flared skirt that beautifully accentuated the queen's figure. But what made the look especially touching was that the choice of red was no coincidence. It's the color of the Latvian flag, and wearing it was a graceful gesture of respect toward the host country. Interestingly, this gown has appeared in Mary's wardrobe before. She wore it to the New Year's reception at Amalienborg Palace in 2018, back when she was still crown princess. On that occasion, she paired it with her famous ruby peru, but this time she chose a different, no less impressive piece of jewelry. For the state banquet in Riga, the queen wore an antique Edwardian tiara, which she purchased at a Danish auction house, Brun Rasmussen, in 2012. This exquisite piece, dating back to the early 1900s, is set with diamonds, rubies, and spinel, a gemstone with a reddish hue. The tiara is versatile and can be transformed into a necklace. Mary first wore it during Queen Margaret's 75th birthday celebration in 2015. That evening in Riga, she complemented it with specially crafted earrings that perfectly matched the tiara, while her half-loose chestnut curls added a soft feminine touch to her look. King Frederik looked equally distinguished, wearing a tuxedo with a naval uniform jacket adorned with numerous medals and orders. Earlier that same day, the monarch had been awarded the Grand Cross of the Order of Vesters, Latvia's highest military honor, while Queen Mary received the Grand Cross of the Order of the Three Stars. For the Queen and me, it is a great joy to be back in Latvia, now as the royal couple. I first visited Latvia as a young political science student in April 1992, Frederik noted in his speech, emphasizing the historical ties and respect for Latvia's journey. But the state banquet was only the conclusion of a very full first day. In the morning, the king and queen took part in an official welcoming ceremony, after which they laid flowers at the Freedom Monument, a powerful symbol of Latvia's independence. They also visited the parliament, a museum, the Latvian Academy of Culture, and Riga's Art Nouveau district, famous for its unique architecture. The visit of the Danish royal couple to Latvia is not just a diplomatic gesture, but also a remarkable event in the world of fashion and royal protocol. Mary of Denmark, known for her impeccable taste, once again showed how fashion can be used as a form of respect toward a host country, while staying true to one's own elegant style. The official activity of the Danish monarchs has noticeably increased in recent days. After presiding over an award ceremony on Monday in Randers, Frederik and Mary immediately flew to Latvia to begin the state visit on Tuesday. Their itinerary includes all three Baltic nations, with the first stop being Riga, the capital of Latvia. It's worth noting that the tiara Queen Mary wore, together with the earrings, is estimated to cost around 30,000 Danish kroner, roughly 4,000 euros, which makes these jewels quite modest by royal standards. This highlights the Queen's practical approach to building her jewelry collection. At Riga Castle, the royal couple posed for photographs with President Edgars Rinkēvičs, and other distinguished guests, set against the backdrop of proudly waving Danish and Latvian flags. Inside the castle, guests enjoyed an exquisite dinner that combined fine cuisine with the grand atmosphere of the historic venue. This visit is part of a broader diplomatic mission aimed at strengthening ties between Denmark and the Baltic states. After Latvia, the royal couple plans to visit Estonia and Lithuania, continuing their tour across the Baltic region. For many observers, this state visit is also an opportunity to see how Frederik and Mary are adjusting to their new roles as king and queen after Frederik ascended the throne earlier this year, succeeding his mother, Queen Marguerite II, who abdicated after 52 years of reign. It seems they have adapted beautifully to their new duties, demonstrating the diplomatic skill and sense of style so highly valued by both their subjects and international partners. Queen Mary, who was born in Australia and met the then Crown Prince Frederik during the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney, has over the years become the embodiment of the modern European monarch, elegant, educated, and devoted to her role. And so, dear viewers, the first day of the Danish royal couple's state visit to Latvia became a shining example of how tradition, diplomacy, and fashion can blend harmoniously to create unforgettable moments in the history of international relations. We'll be eagerly following the rest of their Baltic tour, which will no doubt bring us many more fascinating moments and stunning royal looks.